All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. So this Saturday, UFC 309, Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic at Madison Square Garden. Overall, there's a lot of fun fights on here. So let's get right into it. Kicking off the main card, we have Mauricio Rufy versus James Lotop. Now, Mauricio, the first time I watched him compete was against Jamie Malarkey. And the way he dispatched of Malarkey, you could tell right off the bat that this guy is going to be a problem at welterweight. I mean, he's very free flowing, uh, able to manage his distance effectively, and he's just very loose in there, and just everything was just laser. He throws everything with laser beam accuracy, and yeah, like I said, this kid's gonna be a problem in that division. And James Lotop, he's tough, he's durable. He's coming out of Dana White Contender Series. You know, that has been a breeding ground of contenders, and a lot of world champions have came out of that series. And James Lotop, he's a tough customer. I think this is going to be an excellent fight to kick off the main card. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. But ultimately, I'm going with Rufy on this one via TKO. And next up, we got Viviane Araújo versus Karine Silva. Now, Viviane has been hot and cold as of late because she'll win one fight, then lose the other, then win the next, and then lose the other. So she's been inconsistent, but all of her losses has came via decision. So she's very tough to put away. On the other hand, Karine Silva has been on a tear. I believe she's riding a 4-fight winning streak, and she's extremely well rounded. She could submit you and knock you out. So she's definitely a proven finisher, and it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. I'm going with Karine on this one. I think she's going to be able to finish Araújo in this bout, but we'll see what happens. Next up, we got Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. Bo Nickel, phenomenal wrestling base. And not only that, his jiu-jitsu is on point. His striking is ever improving. I mean, this is a guy just keeps getting better and better each and every time we see him compete. And Paul Craig, we know, is a phenomenal jiu-jitsu practitioner. Excellent jiu-jitsu. Very crafty on the ground, especially off his back. Now, I'm intrigued to see if Bo Nickel engages in the grappling with Paul Craig, or does Bo Nickel just decide to keep this fight standing and look for the TKO? In my eyes, that's the path to least resistance because Paul Craig, his striking is okay. You know, he got okay striking, excellent grappling. You know, or does Bo Nickel engages in the grappling with Paul Craig? I hope he does choose to engage because I would love to see how that plays out on the ground. But ultimately, I'm going with Bo Nickel on this one. I think he gets it done via TKO. All right, next co-main event: Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler 2. I mean, who's not a fan of Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler? I mean, both guys very entertaining to watch. They both come to fight. They're always looking for the finish. I mean, Charles Oliveira, I mean, he's just must see TV. Never in a boring fight. I mean, let's see. I believe that Charles is gonna get the job done. But the thing is, in this bout, um, can Michael Chandler break that? I'll say the first round curse because Michael Chandler comes out there have the best first round, and then after that the fight just starts to fall apart, and he winds up losing. Like in the first fight against Oliveira, he was like 1 or 2 shots away from having that fight stopped by the ref. But the round expired, and then they come back out in the second round, and Charles Oliveira turns the tables and gets a TKO finish. Another example is the Dustin Poirier fight. Amazing first round by Chandler, and afterwards the fight just falls apart, and he wound up getting submitted by Dustin Poirier. So it'll be interesting to see, does he come out? Obviously, first round he comes out guns blazing, firing on all cylinders. Now, if he doesn't get Charles Oliveira out of there, the second and the third round, it'll be interesting to see how those rounds play out. But these two fighters, I mean, this is an incredible matchup. They could keep matching them up, win, lose, or draw over and over again. I don't think anybody will be complaining. But I think this could go either way. Charles Oliveira could go out there and submit or TKO Chandler, or Chandler could go out there and absolutely knock out Oliveira. But it'll be interesting to see how this fight plays out. Ultimately, though, I'm going with Oliveira. I think he gets it done via submission. But like I said, incredible fight. And last but certainly not least, Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic for the UFC heavyweight title. Now, both these gentlemen have been out for a while. This fight has been delayed, pushed back, but we're finally here. We're finally getting to see Jon Jones versus Stipe. Now, Jon Jones, greatest of all time. In my book, he's the GOAT. I know that one disqualification against Matt Hamill, the 12-6 elbow. They just changed the rule on that, making that strike legal. In my eyes, that one should be a 0. In my book, he's undefeated. He's 27-0. Now, in his heavyweight debut against Cyril Gong, we didn't get to see much because he just took Gong down and submitted him very quickly. I wish that fight had played out or went on a little bit longer so we could see Jon Jones, how he performed at heavyweight, But we'll see what happens. And listen, Stipe, another great one of the GOATs at heavyweight. This is really two giants clashing. This is like King Kong and like Godzilla. Or in the anime world, this is like Hashirama Senju versus Madara Uchiha. But these are two of the very best fighters competing against each other. And what I like about Stipe, he's just fundamentally sound. He's a heavyweight, but he doesn't loop his shots, doesn't throw a lot of haymakers. He just sticks to his fundamentals. 1, 2. And he's patient, and when he has his opponent hurt, he doesn't rush in there. Like that's how he knocked out Fabricio Verdum. I think caught Fabricio coming in, and then Fabricio tried to get it back, and he just started rushing in against Stipe, and Stipe was on his back foot, and he just planted his back leg and just dropped that right hand on him. And that would lead to the TKO of Fabricio Verdum, granting Stipe the UFC heavyweight title. But yeah, like Stipe is like the Tim Duncan of the NBA. Just fundamentally sound, very meat and potatoes. Doesn't throw anything crazy. He just got his fundamentals are just sound across the board. Now, Jon Jones on the other end, obviously fundamentally sound, But John will throw a lot of flash in there, a lot of spinning back kicks, spinning back elbows, a lot of flashy stuff. But nevertheless, this is gonna be an excellent fight. I don't think this fight is going the distance, but I don't believe this is just gonna be a quick night at the office. I don't think Jon Jones is gonna go in there and just run through Stipe. I don't think Stipe is gonna go in there and just stop Jon Jones in the first round. I think this is gonna be a highly competitive fight, a very close matchup, and I think we're in for a treat. Ultimately, I do believe Jon Jones gonna get it done via submission, like late in the fight, like a fourth or fifth round submission. But ultimately, I think this fight is gonna live up to the hype and then some. And ultimately, like I said, the card's pretty good, really, really good card. And the prelims, Jonathan Martinez on there. Chris Wyman versus your boy Eric Anders, Jim Miller, Damon Jackson. Yo, Jim Miller's still going strong, man. Shout out to Jim Miller. Damon Jackson. Damon Jackson. David Oyama, he's fun to watch. Marcin Tabora, Mickey Gall, Vanessa Hardy. Okay, yeah, like I said, from top to bottom, a lot of fun fights on here. Excellent, excellent card. And yeah, like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this main event plays out. I'm so excited. I can't wait for it. But yeah, that's been my breakdown of UFC 309. If you, I don't know, found this helpful or entertaining, nevertheless, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. Also, yeah, let me know who you guys got in this fight or any of the other fights on the card. And until next time, you guys be safe and enjoy the fights. Peace.